Okay, let me say I'm sorry, first of all. Because it's been a whole minute since I seen you guys and or since you seen me. But yeah, a lot has been going on. I'm not gonna make the video long, so let's get right into it. Okay, so where I left off was us going into transfer. Um, and I was like, give us some time to try to process things, whatever. I done an update on the testing out the trigger, and then I gave you guys the beta results, I think last week. So you guys got that, which was great. So what do you guys think about that? Well, you already told me what you think about it, but those numbers was really good, and they were higher than we ever seen before. So that was good. And at the end, the last beta was what, 7,000, and my nurse, she was like, get ready because the nausea is coming. I think when you do the first beta, you're like 4 weeks and 2 days, at least we are, because we go in at 12 days past transfer at my clinic. I think it was 12 days past transfer, so it's like a week and 2 days or something like that. So I was approaching the end of the 4 week. My weeks roll over on Saturday. So that Friday, I was like 4 weeks and 6 days. And she was like, get ready because the nausea's coming. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I never had nausea. Like, my pregnancies would have been a breeze. And she was like, that's because it was only one baby. And I was like, you think it's two? She was like, don't you? My nurse, we kind of have this vibe. But anyway, because our numbers were, with the twins, it was 5 something. And it was twins the last time. And this was, the first beta was 8 something. So she was just like, hello. So, yes. And that day, I told my husband, I told my girls, like nobody knew that we were pregnant besides us in the house. We didn't tell anybody. 2020 has been crazy. We don't want to take anybody else with us. A lot of people's dealing with a lot of things. So, having success and then not having success, a lot of people have enough to worry about than us going on this journey. Like, we can handle it. So we didn't involve anybody else and let them know what we were going through but us. Now, let me get some little lighting. I think we need some lighting. Add some black up in my eyes. Okay, that's a little better. Hey. So yeah, we didn't tell anybody else. So I think it was then I think we went out and got something to eat, maybe that Saturday, and oh my goodness, we went to this Chinese restaurant, and it wasn't, you guys know we moved, so everything out here we've never been to before, so it wasn't what we were used to. Everybody else seemed to think it was okay. We did go a little bit later, so granted the food wasn't as fresh, but I felt sick looking at that food, eating that food. Like, when you don't want something, it's like it was terrible. And I was like, oh my goodness, did she just talk this up? She did. Because since then, like first then I was kind of like nausea on and off. And now this whole week, it's been terrible. I've already thrown up and I feel sick all day. But anyway, okay, back to the 5th week. Okay, so after the betas, Saturday, I felt nauseous. It was kind of on and off, in and out. Some days I didn't have any symptoms, but let me back up. You guys, I didn't do like a 2-week wait like I normally do because I did not have any symptoms like I normally had. Okay, nothing, no headache, no, I did have some cramping on and off, but that was it. No headache. Like, the only thing was the cramping on and off and very tired every day. Like, my new bedtime was 7:30. That's it. And that's it. And I was like, I didn't even think that I was pregnant. It's because it wasn't like any of the other pregnancies that we had. I've always had headache. I'm looking and comparing my symptoms, and I'm like, yeah, this didn't work again. So I didn't do a video. I'm not gonna do a video of that because I feel like it'll be a waste. And I did write some stuff down in the beginning, but after so long, I was just like, this is pointless. So sorry guys. But anyway, rolling into the 5th week, we had an ultrasound at 5.5 weeks. Now, 4 weeks before the beta, I started spotting, and I didn't freak out because I know what spotting to look for. It was brown, and you know, it was never pink, it was never red. I didn't have like any, you know, bad cramps or anything with it. It was just spotting. So I didn't freak out, and I've had that spotting since about 4 weeks before the beta. This is why I didn't freak out, because that was that Saturday before beta. Monday was beta. Beta was 8 something. That's good. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what the next beta is and see what's going on, because all the while I'm spotting. It's not that much, but you know, I was just trying to see what was going on, like if everything still progressed. We got the second beta, boom, it went up, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about it, you know, because everything is obviously progressing along, even with me spotting. The spotting lasted for a minute, and I'm so ashamed to even tell you how far along I am because I haven't done a video. Guys, today I am 6 weeks and 6 days. Tomorrow I'll be 7 weeks. So yeah, I still have spotting on and off, but it's because of the, you know, after the ultrasounds, things like that. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, sorry, I'm so sorry guys. I've been messed up. Okay, forgive me. Oh, let me show you our embryos. Okay, so normally they give us like pictures. Something was going on with their printer. They was doing transition or something, whatever. So we didn't get like actual pictures. So this is kind of like a print off. So these are, and this is after transfer. So the embryos, I'm pretty sure you guys know all of this, but they are right there. All right, so 5.5 week ultrasound. Let me show you guys what we saw. I'm just gonna do everything in the video. I mean, everything. I'm just gonna do everything in this video. So this is what we saw. If you guys guessed it, this is what we saw. Now this was alarming, guys, because if you look a little closer, you could clearly see the yolk sac. You know, this whole black thing is the gestational sac. You can see the yolk sac, and you can see the fetal pole there. This is 5 weeks and 5 days. We actually got a heartbeat at this appointment. Heartbeat was like 107, something like that. The heart had just started beating, so wasn't really, you know, concerned. Now there was nothing in the sac, unfortunately. So, and I was looking, and I'm like, I think I see something in there, but you know, I'm not trained for this, you know, so I don't know what to look for. And they were able to measure the one that we had something in the sac for, and it was actually measuring a day ahead. You could see 5 weeks and 6 days. Y'all, I'm on my phone, and my camera is, I don't know why I'm not even using my camera that I paid so much money for, but it was measuring a day ahead, which was great. We were 5 weeks and 5 days at that appointment. And, I was kind of bummed because, we did want to, but our goal of transferring two is so that if one doesn't make it, at least we'll have one. So, all this time I'm still having just the brown spotting, and it's not that much. Like, it was nothing to even be concerned about. So I was like, I know I hadn't passed anything, but it could have just stopped growing. Anyway, on the check, like, we talked to my doctor, and he asked how I felt, and I told him how I felt. I was getting nauseous. I hadn't thrown up at that point. And he felt good about everything that we saw. He said, we only saw one, and it has a a heartbeat, so that's good. Good to see this early on. And I was excited about that. We kind of had our minds wrapped around two, but it's okay. So on the checkout paper, like, they give you a checkout paper that you check out at the front, for you to pay your money. We already reached our out-of-pocket max, so we didn't have to pay anything. But at the end, like, they still have to check out, file this stuff through insurance or whatnot. But on the bottom of our paper, I wish I had took a picture of it. It said, the check on the checkout paper. I don't know how y'all doctors do, but on checkout paper, it was like singleton pregnancy, spotting, and at the bottom it was written in, it said 1 twin loss. And I was like, but when we went into the ultrasound tech was like, it's still early, this one could reappear, or not reappear, but appear later on down the line. And it's just still early. But all the while, somebody wrote like 1 twin loss. Like, be straight with us. Like, don't give us any false hope thinking that, yeah, it's too early and, something may happen, but you turn around and write this on the paper. That's like saying you getting something for free, or, and then to turn around, you get to ringing up and it's actually not free. So we kind of felt some kind of way about that. And I didn't like that. They kind of rubbed me wrong. It kind of, I can't lie, kind of hit me down, because I'm like, because I let my husband choose the genders to transfer, and me not knowing the genders, I was just like, okay, well, what's in there? Because if you chose, like, if you were one off, like, it's like, I don't know what you chose, so I don't know what's in me right now. And I was kind of upset. I didn't really express that to my husband because, at the end of the day, I let him choose. So it's his choice. So whatever the outcome with, he'll be happy with one or both. So I didn't get to choose, so I cannot say anything. That's just how I felt. But I was a little salty about that. But I was just kind of like, as the days went on, even that day, I was like, well, that's fine, because I had been telling my husband, like, I want an SUV, I want an SUV, I want an SUV, a 7-seater SUV, because our family is 4 right now. And if we have more than one, then we definitely need an SUV. So I was like, well, I get to keep my car, which I'm going to keep my car anyway. It's paid off. But I was like, well, I get to keep my car. We don't need another car. We don't have to spend the extra money. That's good. Like, I'm coming around to the idea that, it is what it is, and I haven't been pregnant in a long time, and this is just what I need for right now. So we're good. We're okay with that. That was 5.5 weeks. So 6 weeks roll around. 6 weeks brings a whole nother bag of everything, honey. Like, the nausea is boom, boom, boom. It picks up. I'm sick, like, all day. Now look, I just told y'all that I didn't get sick with none of my pregnancies with my daughters. They were 4th term, but I haven't been pregnant in a long time. But I'm not used to, my daughters let me eat whatever I wanted to. I'm not used to being sick and controlling that, like controlling the nausea. Like, okay, well, how do I control this? Like, do I eat? Do I not eat? Do I this? Do I that? It's like, oh my God. And then like in the wintertime, I do not drink anything cold. I drink like room temperature water, because years ago, like when I would drink like cold drinks, cold water, whatever, the next morning I wake up, my throat will be sore. So I don't drink anything cold anymore. And honey, I was drinking water and it was making me sick. It was making me sick. And I was like, I can't drink water. Water is my favorite thing. And I couldn't drink it. I could not drink it. So that was like terrible. I felt so bad. So I started drinking ginger ale. You know, that's our go-to. Like when we sick, something wrong with our stomach, like we go get that ginger ale. So I bought 2. I already had 1 thing of ginger ale. I had bought for the retrieval because I thought I was just gonna feel so bad how I felt the last retrieval. So I still had that one, and then I bought 2 more. And that really helped. And Sonic drinks, oh my goodness, that helped me. But I felt so bad because the Sonic drinks are nothing but sugar. And I was like, I cannot at the end of this pregnancy be a diabetic. So I was like, I gotta figure out some kind of way. So I was like, okay, well, look, try to drink the water with ice. See if that's it. Because I was drinking the ginger ale with ice. You know, the Sonic drinks, of course, you know, they got crushed up ice in it. So I was like, okay, everything that's cold is good. So, and water was the only thing that I didn't drink that wasn't. So I was like, okay, let me try to drink the ice, you know, put ice in it. That worked. I'm back drinking my water, which is great. Those drinks, you know, I really don't even have to drink anymore. I mean, they are nice to have, but I don't have to have them. I'm back on my water. So, Monday of this week, okay, so it was Monday the 28th. I actually threw up. I was taking my medicine, and I guess I hadn't ate enough food, and it just came up. It was coming out of my nose. It was just so bad, y'all. But I felt better afterwards, and that was in the morning, and I didn't eat anything until later that night because I was afraid I was gonna have to throw up again. I did not like that feeling, but I hadn't threw up since. I'm trying to manage it. Honestly, I don't know what to do because I haven't had to go through it. I hadn't been looking up stuff, you know. I just figured out, like the next day I had to take my medicine. I was like, okay, well, you need enough food on your stomach to kind of sandwich it. So that Monday, when I got home, my husband had cooked like fish and spaghetti. So I was like, thank goodness, a whole pot of spaghetti. So the next morning, I ate spaghetti, a whole lot of spaghetti. Then I took my medicine. Then I ate a whole lot of more spaghetti. So the medicine was like sandwiched, and it could make me sick. And that worked. That worked for me. So I hadn't threw up again, which is excellent, but I'm still feeling nauseous. Today is Friday. Today's New Year's. We had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and I didn't see my doctor. My doctor wasn't there, so I saw another doctor. She actually done the transfer, and she was like, you know, the thing about nausea is you have to really be on top of it. The key is not to let yourself get hungry. So always eat. Don't let yourself get hungry, because if you can't get anything right then, you know, it's just like a whirlwind from there. It just kind of goes downhill. So I was like, okay. And I told my husband after the appointment, I was like, babe, like, I'm gonna be big as a house, like just eating for no reason. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And he was like, you better listen. Y'all know how my husband is. But anyway, I was like, well, okay. Now these appointments, oh my goodness, I have been a nervous wreck. My clinic only really does two ultrasound appointments. They do one at 6.5 and they do one at 8.5. They normally do a 5.5 with me, just a placement ultrasound, because I've had a history of ectopics. I've had 2 ectopic pregnancies, so they want to make sure that the placement is where it needs to be. So I had one at 5.5. I had one at 6.5. Let me show y'all. Look, my husband had called, and I had started eating some crackers while the camera was off. These are so good. So let me show y'all what we saw at our 6.5 week appointment. I had spotting off and on. I wasn't having spotting every day like I was before, with like, you know, since 4 weeks. And oh, I'm taking Lovenox this time and baby aspirin. So at the 5-week appointment, my doctor told me that, you know, even though it may be a small amount of blood, the Lovenox and the baby aspirin will make it seem like it's a lot, but it's really not a lot. But what I'm seeing is really not a lot. So I can just imagine it's probably like a speck or something, and like it's getting some on the tissue paper, like it's none is really getting on like the liner or whatnot. But yeah, so yeah, this is what we saw. So although they told us that we had 1 twin loss, we didn't. You just couldn't see it. So here's our babies. Both had heartbeats. One, look, I'm trying to position my fingers, y'all. One had a heartbeat of 145, and the other was 139. Both of them are measuring 6 weeks, 5 days exactly. And I was like, well, last week one measured like a day ahead, and she was like, well, that's normal. That's normal. So she assured me nothing was wrong. So they got twin A right here. And I was like, well, this one you can see better. She's like, well, it's just closer to the transducer, like the probe that they put in you. So that's why you can see that one better. And here is twin B. So yeah, that's what we saw. She tried to get a picture of both of them, but I asked her if she saw like a subchorionic hemorrhage. She said no, which is good. She said they're real high up in the uterus, so that's good. They're not low, which I would know what that means anyway. In this birthing, y'all, I gotta get it under control. I don't know how. Sleep. Oh, sleep is sleep. Sleep is sleep. Sleep is no sleep. I'm not really getting any sleep. Maybe that's why these little black things is up under my eyes that I tried to hide with my makeup. It's not really bad. It's just, I guess, because of the light over here. Okay. So I am waking. I'm going to bed at 7:30. And I am waking up at 10:30 to pee. I can go back to sleep at that point. Now, it's the time that I wake up at 1, 2, or 3 in the morning that I have to eat. So I feel so bad because I have to, you know, get up, close the bedroom door, go in the kitchen, ramble in these pots and pans, and give me something to eat before I feel sick. So yeah, I will have to eat a whole meal or something. Like last night I tried to just eat a couple of crackers, listening to the doctor yesterday. She was like, eat some crackers, you know, put some crackers on your bedside table. I ate that. They was like, no. That worked for like 15 minutes, and then I had to get up and eat some real food. It didn't work. So yeah. So no sleep, nausea, vomiting. I only vomited one time, but I'm gonna try to keep that under control with like making sure I got plenty on my stomach before I take my medicine. I'm on the progesterone and oil. I'm not doing suppositories. Just progesterone and oil. I'm on the patches, 2 patches a day, every other day. And baby aspirin, Lovenox, prenatals, vitamin D, B12, and extra folic acid. So yeah, that's what I'm taking. I may do a Lovenox injection just to show you guys what it's like. I have to do the Lovenox once a day. It is not fun, but it's not as bad as it was at first. So it's just something that, you know, I have to do, and I'm just like, okay, I'm here for it. Like, it's getting us through. We did see heartbeats on our first set of twins, but their heartbeats was low. Their heartbeats was like 70 something, and I didn't even know that that was an issue. That was like 7 weeks, not 7 weeks, that was six weeks and 3 days. That was our last ultrasound. And they didn't even give us a picture at that appointment, and I'm thinking that they knew something was, you know, not right, so they didn't give us ultrasound pictures then. We only have the one where the gestational, well, the sac was side by side, and you can see the yolk sac. And we didn't see a heartbeat at that appointment. It was so early. So, but yeah, it was at our 7.5 week appointment that they told us that they no longer had a heartbeat. So that was the last update that I done on that one. But they told me that at that 6.5 week appointment, they had got a little bit bigger since then. And, you know, shortly after that appointment, 6 weeks and 3 days, you know, they stopped growing. So I was a little optimistic about going to this appointment, because I'm like, this is normally when things start going downhill for us. But that little small mustard grain seed we had, and everything was great. Saw our baby's heartbeats. My husband has videos. He has an Android. He sent it to me, and the videos look terrible. So what I'm going to try to do is, he's not here right now, but pull up his videos, record them from my phone, and then upload them that way, because hopefully they'll be a little clearer, and then you guys will be able to see them and enjoy those videos. But they're really beautiful. So yeah, I'm not gonna make this video too long. Again, I am 6 weeks and 6 days today. I don't know if y'all want to see the stomach or not, but I guess I can show you. So let me go back a little bit. So this is what we are looking like today. That's what we're looking like. And I hadn't even eaten anything, y'all. So it's crazy. So yeah, this is where we are. 6.5. Not 6.5. 6.5 yesterday. 6 and 6. So that's where we are. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next week, hopefully I will be a little bit more organized with my thought process and won't be all over everywhere. But yeah, thank you for all the new subscribers for rocking with me on this journey. We got a long way to go, And thank you for all of the people that's been with me since day one. Oh my goodness. You guys helped me so much through this journey, like through the comments and all your positive energy. I really, really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. For people that join midway, you know, it's like family here. So thank you guys for being part of this journey. Oh, you just don't know. And I am rooting for all of you ladies that are going through this process. Our journey, if you look back, it's been such a hard one. Such a hard one. But the last day, not the last day, but the last month of this year it's been our best month of the year. So incredibly grateful. But thank you guys. I will update you in another video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.